Everyone's complaining about the cold and you're thinking, finally. While others dream of beach days and sunshine, you're genuinely relieved summer is 6 months away. And when people ask what's wrong with you for preferring winter, you can't explain it. Turns out your brain might be wired for quiet cold over loud heat. Here's what most people don't understand about winter preference. It's not depression. It's not lack of vitamin D. It's not some tragic backstory where summer hurt you. Your nervous system just processes stimulation differently. And summer for you isn't freedom and joy. It's 3 months of sensory assault that everyone else calls the best time of year. Let's start with why most people love summer. Their brains release dopamine from sunlight. Serotonin levels spike. Social opportunities explode. Beach trips, barbecues, outdoor concerts, vacation energy. For them, summer means connection and aliveness. Their nervous systems thrive on brightness, warmth, activity, movement. And there's actual research on this. Seasonal affective disorder is real. Most people genuinely feel better when the sun is out and the days are long. Their bodies are designed to bloom in heat and light. But here's where it gets interesting. People who prefer winter often have what psychologists call low sensory thresholds. Translation? The things that energize other people completely overwhelm you. Summer isn't just hot, it's loud, bright, crowded, constant. Everyone wants you outside, at events, being active, performing happiness because the weather's nice. Your nervous system isn't wired for that level of input. You're not refusing joy. You're protecting yourself from overload. Research from sensory processing studies shows that highly sensitive people and introverts overwhelmingly prefer winter, and it makes perfect sense. Summer is extrovert season. Long days mean more expected socializing. Bright sun means visual overstimulation. Heat means physical discomfort. Crowds at beaches, parks, outdoor spaces mean constant proximity to strangers. Winter gives you permission to stay inside without judgment, to move slowly, to exist in quiet darkness without everyone asking what's wrong with you. I realized this about myself during one particularly brutal summer. Everyone kept asking if I wanted to go to the beach, go hiking, sit on a patio, do literally anything outside. And I'm sitting there in air conditioning with the curtains closed, just waiting for September. My friend finally asked why I seemed so miserable when the weather was so beautiful. And I tried to explain that the heat makes me feel like I'm suffocating. The brightness gives me headaches. And the expectation to be constantly out and active exhausts me. What? Yeah, I basically told her that everyone's favorite season is my personal nightmare. She looked at me like I was broken. But I wasn't broken. I was just overstimulated for 3 straight months. Here's what researchers call reverse seasonal affective disorder. Most people get depressed in winter when it's dark and cold. But some people get depressed in summer when it's bright and hot. It's real. It's documented. And it's invisible because society doesn't validate it. Summer depression doesn't fit the narrative. You're supposed to be happy when the sun is shining. So when you're not, you assume something is deeply wrong with you. But nothing's wrong. Your brain just regulates better in low stimulation environments. Cold, dark, quiet. That's not depressing to you. That's peace. And let's talk about what no one says out loud. Summer culture is performative as hell. The pressure to have a beach body, the endless photos of people pretending their vacation is perfect. The FOMO of everyone seemingly having the time of their lives outdoors while you're inside feeling guilty. The constant, it's so nice out, you should be outside commentary. You're not against summer. You're against the mandatory performance of summer joy. And that's actually higher awareness. You've recognized that forcing yourself into someone else's idea of happiness makes you miserable. But here's the part that explains everything. It comes down to pace. Summer is fast, loud, active, expansive. Everyone's energy is up and out and doing. Winter is slow, quiet, reflective, inward. Some brains need speed and stimulation. Others need stillness and depth. You're not lazy for preferring winter. You're not depressing for liking cold and dark. You're wired for contemplation over action, for depth over breadth, for internal richness over external activity. Now, I need to be real about something. There's a difference between preferring winter because it matches your natural pace and hiding in winter because you're avoiding all of life. If you're using cold and darkness to numb out and disconnect from everything that's not preference, that's withdrawal. And that's worth paying attention to. Healthy winter preference feels like relief and alignment. Unhealthy isolation feels like hiding and emptiness. So ask yourself, does winter fill you up, or does it just help you avoid? Because one is honoring your nervous system, and the other is disconnecting from life. But if you genuinely prefer winter, if cold and dark and quiet feel like home to you, you're not broken. You're not missing out. You're not weird for dreading June. Your brain needs what it needs. Summer people aren't better than you. They're just wired for different stimulation levels. And honestly, research from personality studies shows that winter preference correlates with higher introspection, creativity, and depth of thought. You're not avoiding life. You're living it at a pace that actually works for your nervous system. So if you're someone who gets relief when autumn comes and dread when spring arrives, hit subscribe. Because this whole channel is psychology for people whose brains don't match what everyone expects. We break down why you're wired differently, and we give you permission to stop pretending summer is your favorite season just because it's supposed to be. Here at Psyclipses, we don't just talk about psychology. We make it make sense for people who never quite fit the cultural narrative. Next week, we're breaking down why some people physically cannot handle small talk and what that reveals about how their nervous system processes social information. Your cozy winter evening is waiting, and that's exactly where you're supposed to be. You've got this.